caught in a net with Annette. For your mind, body, and soul gets caught in a net with Annette. It's your intellectual radio show, here to inspire you and encourage you to be your very best. Get caught in a net with Annette.
You are now tuned in to Mind, Body, and Soul with Annette, where your hosts, Annette Harris, analyze intriguing life questions and concerns, such as, do Christians suffer from mental illness? Have you wondered why they act abnormal? Or you may ask, what is really going on in their minds? Do you need Annette? Well, keep listening for a biblical understanding of the psychology of the mind.
Welcome to another wonderful segment of Mind, Body, and Soul with Annette. It is your time to get caught in a net. Yes, I know we are on a different time right now on this afternoon, but I'm so excited. I did alert you that we were doing a time change on today. It is still Wednesday, and again, it is your time to get caught in a net. Come on in and do me a favor and share the live feed on Facebook. And also we are on YouTube at the present time. So if you go to my YouTube channel, Get Caught in a Net Incorporated, you will see the live feed there as well. And I'm frantic about today's session because I have a beautiful guest that I'm going to introduce to you. And she is doing some things, guys, I'm telling you. Now, let me not get ahead of myself. I always like to acknowledge the Lord in prayer. Lord, we thank you for this day that you have blessed us to see. We thank you for all that you've done, what you're going to do. We pray that you would continue to pour out your blessings in everything that we go to say and do. In Jesus' name, get the glory. And the first part of the scripture that I normally like to quote is Hosea 4:6, and it states, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee." And again, we are grateful to be here on this afternoon. And I'm not going to delay any longer, you guys. As soon as you come into the live feed, please make sure you go ahead and click the share button, like and share for me. And let us know that you can hear us on here on today. Robin is in the house on the virtual house, on this afternoon. And I have been watching this young lady actually for a long time. She doesn't know that, but I've been watching her. And she has been doing a great work. If you go over on Instagram, go to IG, you will see that she has blown up, if you will, but in a good way. She's blown up in a good way. Robin, can you hear me pretty good?
Yes, I can.
Okay, wonderful. That's good to know. So let me read just a little bit of her bio, but what I want to do is I'm going to have her introduce herself to you as well. But let me read what I have received. Lil Bit Saucy, real kid making music for real kids. Robin is her name, but she's also known as Lil Bit Saucy. Also, the first ever kid creative director for Lego. She is the next kid sensation in hip hop and beyond. Saucy hails from the Chicago area. At only age 12, she delivers quality bars and flows jam packed with clever quotables that are caption worthy by kids and adults alike. Saucy is a scholar at the Metaphorical School of Hip Hop. Okay. She diligently studies the greats, past and present, and uses them to inspire her sound and lyrics. Saucy's style is versatile. She can hit you with old school style with straight bars or give you something everyone can vibe with, all the while remaining parent approved. Lil Bit Saucy is up next. Instagram at Lil Bit Saucy. So again, I do encourage you to make sure you go over to Instagram and make sure you follow her, because I put on my promo, she is someone that you will know. You know, you always hear the quote, someone you should know. She's someone you will know. And I want to encourage you guys to hop on in. How are you doing on today?
I'm doing good.
You're doing all wonderful qualities to have, I'm telling you. And especially in this day and time, we other children your age or others your age, they can look up to you. You're actually becoming a great role model that I have been observing. And I see you, Beatrice. Thanks for coming in. We appreciate you. All the rest of you, please make sure you click that share button and go ahead and throw in a hi or something so I can know you're there, because I can't see the names unless you throw in a comment for some reason. I don't know why that is. But anyway, okay, and from what I see, you described yourself perfectly. I love those adjectives that you use for yourself. And she's been around, guys, doing radio interviews, and things have just really, really picked up for her. So I'm going to go actually to a few of the questions that I had sent to her. I sent her a little outline, which you can kind of look at. But your age, we'll start with that. Your age actually places you in Generation Z. Now, did you know that?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So Generation Z, there are a few stats on Generation Z that people actually kind of associate with your generation. So one of them I pulled out a few of them. But number one I have here, Generation Z was born with easy access to the internet and are associated with or have been known to be very attached to technology. Now, with that particular step, do you agree with that statistic?
For me, no. I feel like some kids are really into their phones, but honestly, I'm not. I'd kind of rather take a nap.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Now that's very interesting. And so, okay, so you're not really you just really use the technology for what? For your work?
Yes.
Okay. All right. That's a good thing. And that's actually a good thing to follow, so that you won't become overwhelmed, with the internet. So what do you think would be the benefits of being attached to technology?
It's easier to put your work out there, because if it was back then and I was trying to, share my rap with everybody, it would be a lot.
Okay. All right. It can be kind of difficult to do if you didn't have the technology. Okay. I noticed how you said back then. I guess that would be back in my day. All right, so let's see here. So then my next stat I have is Generation Z wants to have an impact on the world. They want to be an activist to champion change.
Because I do care about many causes, and I do try my best to support many causes.
What opportunity have you had with those particular ones to be an activist or make a change with?
For my NBC interview, I actually got to talk about something that really concerns me in the world, so I chose poverty.
Poverty, no, it seems was at the top of your list. How have, at what point did that become important to you? Did you maybe like see things happening in the news or around you? Why did it seem like poverty why does it seem like it's so important to you?
Poverty has always been important to me ever since I was little, just because it is so global and that it can happen so fast to anybody, really.
That's very true. Yeah, we are can typically say, oh, but by the grace of God, that could be us. You know, it can happen so fast. And so then your heart obviously goes out to those who are dealing with the poverty. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yes.
Okay, all right. What kind of change would you want to make as far as that's concerned?
I know that, like, in reality, I can't just get every single person a house, but if there is some people that I can help in any shape or form, I would like to do that.
Okay, all right. And then with your career that's budding and that's really becoming very popular, who knows? Maybe down the road you can do some. I don't. Would it be concerts? Would it be considered concerts that you would do?
Yeah, some charity event concerts like that to raise money.
Right, right. Okay, so that's kind of where my mind was heading. I'm thinking that maybe that's kind of a route you could go to maybe try and help out the population that is living in poverty, and that's actually a very big heart that you have, being concerned about those who don't have or who have lack of. Too often, and you can probably agree with this, sometimes we can go on about our own lives and not necessarily thinking that others need anything, but that's not true. They need something, and so we can't just dismiss them and just think, okay, they'll be okay. Or if you see someone on the street or something like that. But that's a good thing. I know of some individuals who they will take their time out, like even here in Chicago, will go and give out food to the homeless and maybe clothes or something like that. Would something like that interest you as well in helping?
Yes.
Okay. Have you had the experience to be able to do that yet?
Yeah, like at school, we have like can drives, and if you have like extra winter coats, you can bring them in and stuff like that.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Now let me ask you this question before we go further. What name do you prefer to be called? By your first name or by your stage name?
My stage name.
Do you really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you today. All right. I love that name, as a matter of fact. How did you get to that name? Where did the name come from?
Actually, one day I wanted to join a rap workshop, but I had no name, so we just had to come up with something. So Lil Bit, because my family calls me Lil Bit because I'm so tiny, and then Saucy because I'm saucy.
Oh, really? Love it. Love it. She has the sauce, guys. She has the sauce. And yeah, okay, so this is cool. All right, let's see. All right, I asked you about your impact on the world. Have you noticed anyone, maybe, I don't know, whether it's in the media, in the news, or maybe around you that has inspired you to be a champion of change?
Probably my parents.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. And that's good because I know your mom, and she's a beautiful soul. She really is, and she does have a big heart for people. So that's good. You're able to follow basically in her footsteps, or take that and do something more with it. Okay, all right. Good stuff. All right. So one of my number 3 statistic is Generation Z is a very entrepreneurial generation who are already creating massive amounts of their own content online. They understand that in order to stay relevant, they have to create content rapidly. Let me ask you first, because you are an entrepreneur, when did you decide, or when did you feel I want to become an entrepreneur?
Well, actually, when I first did my first rap workshop, my mentor actually recorded me and put it on Instagram. So everybody was like, okay, well, where's her Instagram? So we made an Instagram, and the following just kept growing and growing. So really, it was by choice, but it was just all so fast. So I just really went into it.
Oh, wow. Okay. So it seems like things are kind of falling into your lap, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, okay. And what age did you start rapping?
I started rapping at 11.
Wow. So you've only been at this maybe a year now?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Guys, I'm telling you, if you haven't, go to Instagram. You will see all her followers. You will see all her videos. And for it to only be a year, she's doing phenomenal. She's doing phenomenal. This is wonderful, wonderful. Okay, when I did put up my post, I'll tell you this a little bit. That someone was, oh, I love Lil Bit Saucy. So I'm like, oh, okay, you guys know her? You've been so a lot of people have been following you, and I know that they will continue to as well. Brandy says on here on Facebook, she loves your hair.
Thank you.
I love it too, as a matter of fact. I keep referring back to Instagram because that's basically where her account is and where she does a lot of her social media posts. But there was one the other day I just saw a little bit. You had yourself dressed up and the image of, what is the young lady's name?
Marseille Martin.
Thank you. And she's out there. She's being an activist and a champion for change as well. She's directing and producing as well as acting. And so, see, I look at you, young people, and I number one, I get energy from looking at you all. But I'm so impressed. I am very impressed at what you all are doing. So I know I stopped myself, but there was a picture of Lil Bit. And then, how do you say her name again?
Marseille.
Marseille. And that was her movie. Was it Big? Wait.
Little.
Look. Big was a totally different movie back in my day. Okay. All right. So, and it was a really cute picture because they were dressed up in their business suits and she had her hair like her as well. So if you get a chance, make sure you go over there and check that out. Were you actually heading to an interview that day?
I actually was heading to an interview that day.
Okay, that was perfect, actually. That was perfect. All right, so yeah. Brandy said, I watched her videos and one of her interviews. She's pretty dope. Yeah, I would totally agree with you. She is definitely one of those that you should know. So you know what? And I want to encourage you that are watching, maybe parents or grandparents, you have your young person, your child or grandchild who maybe they're trying to find their way and maybe develop who they are or who they want to be. I said at the beginning of this broadcast that Lil Bit is a wonderful example. And so if, you know, she can, they can follow her, they can look at her and they can be inspired to realize their dream and to make it work. So yeah, you guys need to do that because I'm telling you, this generation here, they are going to make something of themselves. And we want to try and encourage that and nurture what they have on the inside. And I'm so grateful for your parents, Robin, for doing that with you as well. So let's see. So you decided you want to become an entrepreneur, your first rap session. So what other rappers, and I'm kind of getting out of sequence with my questions, but I'm going to ask you this. What other rappers have you actually followed and or have been inspired by?
Honestly, I like Nicki Minaj. She has intense bars. She raps really well. D Smoke, he's not really new, but he's a rapper from out of California. I really, really like his style. I like Snoop Dogg because I like the way he delivers his music. And like Tupac and Biggie, because, you know, you got to get back to the roots. Lil Wayne, Drake, all of those.
Okay. Right. But you know what? Obviously, when you look at rappers, you're looking at their technique. That's what it sounds like. Like you said, how they deliver, and that's what's key and what's important. So I like that. Because as we're coming along, whatever career we're in, it's good to be able to, reach and or look at others who have kind of gone before us and seeing how they do it. Maybe we can take it and tweak it, make it our, of course, make it your own, which obviously that's what you have been doing. So that's good. All right, so those are some good rappers to kind of look at. And let's see here. Oh, my next question. Now, I did ask you at the beginning to describe yourself, and you did a wonderful job. But let me ask you, let's talk about Robin. Talk about Robin and her interests. What really interests her? Yes, I know about rap, just maybe your personal interests and things that you really like to do.
Stuff I really like to do is I like to skateboard. I really like going shopping with my friends. I like going thrifting. I like to make like crafts and stuff out of clay, but I really just like going outside.
So you
Hmm.
okay, that's good. I wished I had a creative bone in my body, but I don't. I think I have that for what you're talking about you like to do. That is wonderful. Hey, you guys, if you're just not joining us, I'm talking to Lil Bit Saucy. She is a kid rapper who is making her mark in this world, in the rapping industry. So you guys, you need to stick with her. Generation Z. She is making her mark known, and so we're talking with her today and talking about her career, because it is a career, and it is actually it's just amazing to me because of her age. She's 12 years old, but she began this about a year ago with her career. So this is who we're talking with on today, and I want to make sure that you know who it is and introduce her to you. And make sure you guys click that share button when you come into the live feed. Click it so that others will know that we're on and that they can meet a Lil Bit Saucy too. They may have some questions. And I'll tell you this much a little bit. As soon as I posted my promo for today, I did get an inbox message asking about you. So I'm sure you're going to get a lot of that. They were like, because I believe they had a video, a rap video or something coming up, and they were interested, in your work. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Get that exposure out there. But you've been out there a whole lot. Has it really within this past year have things kind of like taken on? I know you said it kind of began going really fast, but how have you been able to keep up with it? Has it been overwhelming for you, exciting for you? What would you say?
It's been exciting. It hasn't been overwhelming because my mom, she doesn't make me work. If I want to work, I will work.
Ooh, and you know what? Your mom is the truth too, okay? Because she, she, when I talked to her, she told me, she says, yes, oh yes, I manage her pages, so it's not like you're, out there on your own. You have that support, and, and she's doing her part, of course, as a parent, which you need that. You definitely need that. So, all right. Well, so you have a choice. You're saying if you want to work, you will do that, and if not, then you could just go and be a kid. Because that's important as well. Just completing sixth grade, and you're going on with your education. Are you excited that summer is here now?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Well, let me ask you though. Okay, so within this past year, of course, we had the pandemic. How did that affect you, even in developing this rapping career? How did COVID affect you as far as that's concerned, and maybe or school or anything?
In school, I didn't get to see my friends a lot. So me and my friends, we did grow apart. But actually, today we actually had field day, so I did get to see everybody. So yeah, I saw all my friends. It was really fun. And then my rapping, the pandemic, it just gave me so much time to work on everything. And I think honestly, that's how I've gotten so good because I've just had time to practice and practice.
Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, I like that. And you know what? you're teaching all of us something as well, because even during the pandemic, we couldn't just sit back, or we shouldn't have just sat back and not done anything. It was time for us to maybe perfect our craft as you have done, or maybe find what we need to do or should be doing in this life. So that, yeah, it did give you everybody a lot of time to think, because we were shut in for so long. Thankfully, things are kind of opening up a little bit now, where we can kind of be a little bit free to go out, like you said, be with your friends on today, and I'm sure that helped. So let's see. Speaking of school, do you have any favorite school subjects?
Um, Favorite school subjects. I like everything equally, but mainly I really like gym.
Oh, really? Okay. All right. So you can be active. You could be able to run around and do some things that you enjoy doing. All right. So any hobbies or interests that you have?
I like to do not really sports. I like skateboarding. I roller skate. I like to bike, and that's kind of about it.
Okay. All right. So now when you go biking, are you like heavily equipped? You have a helmet and all of that?
No, I just like bike to the park and then back.
Okay, I get it. I get it. That's all right. Whatever worked for you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. So let's see. Now, do me a favor. Do you name a fun fact that nobody knows about Robin that you wouldn't mind us knowing? What's a fun fact about you?
My favorite animals are giraffes and flamingos.
Really?
Hmm?
Why?
I like flamingos because they're very pink, and I've always thought giraffes were just cute.
Okay, all right. Oh, that's different. That is a fun fact. Okay. Well, let's see here. I'm going to move on. And if you guys have any questions for Lil Bit Saucy on today, you can throw those in, or any comments. Thank you for those who have already chimed in on today. This is some good stuff. So let's see. Do you consider, now I know you had to create your stage name. Like you said, when you first went, you didn't have a stage name. Do you consider Lil Bit Saucy different from Robin?
Not really. They're just the same person.
Okay, all right. Because you do have those, have like maybe actors or something like that. They have their acting name, and then of course, it's their real name. But then if you interview them, they're like, "Oh, I'm nothing like that actor or actress or something like that." So that's
Right.
why I asked. Right? Okay. Well, that's actually good that you haven't changed. All right. So okay. So since you've been on this journey, and since you began your career, we already talked about, how exciting that it's been for you. Can you describe it in one word, how this journey has been for you?
I'll just have it interesting.
Interesting. All right. That's actually one of my favorite words. I use it all the time. All right. Oh, wonderful. Okay, so you are indeed a kid sensation. And if anybody on here doesn't know, you should know. What do you hope to accomplish while you're on this platform that you're on with rapping and this and your latest appointment that you have attained? What do you hope to accomplish?
I hope to accomplish just to inspire kids and just let them know they can do whatever they really want, whatever their passion is, that they can actually pursue it and they shouldn't be scared.
I like that. I like that. So let's talk about this latest appointment that you've received, the Kid Creative Director at Lego. So how did that come about? And maybe talk to us a little bit about that.
Actually, there was a competition for it. My mom actually was not even going to enter me in the competition because she thought it was not going to be free. But then she scrolled down, she checked it, and she was like, okay, it's free. So I had the ideas for the video, and my mom, she just filmed it. I just kept going and going with the ideas. My mom, she was just holding the phone. We got it all done. We sent it in. Next thing we know, we didn't get an email. We were concerned. We thought I lost. Week later, they call us. No, they emailed us, and then they're like, "She won." It was just crazy.
Whoa. Were you like screaming around the house? Were you like really
I
excited?
was screaming. I was crying. It was just crazy.
Okay, all right. Now, do you consider yourself like emotional? Do you like really show your emotions a lot?
I'm a Pisces, so yes, yes.
Okay, all right. Just like my sister. Okay, all right. So, excuse me. So, when you received that call, did they? I mean, what did it really mean to you? You're like, okay, was this a position that they actually created for you?
It was a position that they actually recently created for a new app they were working on, Lego Video.
Okay, all right. So you're gonna have to put in some time working with that, as probably especially now the school is out, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, good. That when I saw that come across on your Instagram, I'm like, that is wonderful. That is so great. You know, so many people sometimes they try to reach and achieve what you've done in many years as opposed to 1 year. So you've made some great strides and some great accomplishments that you should be proud of. You really should be proud of. So let's see here. I'm going to make sure I have everything here. So what is your motivation and or your key to success?
My motivation would just probably be my passion because I honestly love rapping so much and just being an influencer that it doesn't really seem like work.
Oh, okay. All right. That's good though. Because you don't want to be like years later stuck in some job. Oh, I just can't stand what I'm doing. You want to be able to appreciate what you have and enjoy doing it. You know, I always tell young people that I used to work in the school system. And I used to always tell them that when they, are ready to graduate, make sure you get, something or do something that you enjoy doing, not that maybe you were pushed into or pressured or what have you. So that's actually a good thing. Do you consider yourself a role model?
Yes, I would consider myself a role model.
Okay, all right. And so your friends, how have your friends, uh, uh, how have they received or accepted what you've been doing lately with rapping?
My friends who are boys, they always try and get me to rap for them. It's so funny. And then my friends who are girls, they're always just so chill about it and they always just want to know what's going on. And they really just treat me like I'm Robin. They don't treat me like Saucy.
Oh, they don't. Okay. All right. No, okay. So what would be the difference in the treatment? How would they treat you as Robin as opposed to a little bit
I feel
Saucy?
like maybe if they treated me like Saucy, they'd be like, oh, that's a superstar. That's a famous person. But Robin, that's just their friend from school.
Gotcha. Oh, they will know in due time, won't they? Everybody be like, I went to school with her and all this. Okay. Well, wonderful. Let me see here. What do we have on? How excited is she to be the first Lego creator? And what does it involve? Okay. I'm sorry. I'm just now seeing these questions pop up, guys. So that was a question on Facebook. How excited are you to be the first Lego creator and what does it involve?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I am very, very excited and I'm ready to get to work. So basically, as the kid creative director, I have a mentor who's actually the creative director, but I'm just the kid creative director. So we will work together on the app and I'll just get my creative input and just be over everything.
Okay. So from the kids' point of view is what you'll be doing. All right. The aim to inspire kids is big. It is needed. Yeah, it is definitely needed. I have a soft spot for kids. I really do. And like I said, I love to see it when you guys are getting out there and making things happen. You all are a generation. You're not just going to kind of like lay back and not do anything or not make it happen. You're gonna do your part and make it work. And it actually, you don't only inspire kids, you inspire adults as well.
Yes.
You do. Yeah. So that's wonderful to know. So what advice would you give your friends and anyone else who probably want to follow in your footsteps?
To them, I would say just go for it and don't worry about what other people are gonna think, and just really do what you want to do.
Okay. All right. So be motivated to do your own thing. Go ahead and do it, guys. That is spoken by Lil Bit Saucy on today. So you guys make sure you take heed to that. There's a lot in that. If you would just go ahead and just dig into it. Again, this is not only, for children. She's motivating people all over. I don't know if you heard her earlier. She said she has a soft spot for those who are living in poverty. So she wants to make a change in whatever she can do. Let me ask you this question also. Where do you see yourself in like the next 5 to 10 years?
Next 5 to 10 years, I would be 5 years, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I'd be 17.
Uh-huh.
Honestly, I think I would just like fully pursue my acting and then basically just go about doing all of that.
Okay. So acting, you want to do acting too?
Yeah, I do. I like to model, I like to rap, I like to act, I like to dance a little bit.
I see a few things going on there that you love doing. Okay. So you just want to build on that and kind of see where this takes you.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. Good stuff. All right. Well, if I can ask you this question before we wrap up today. I know that during the pandemic, it was a little bit hard on, it was hard on everybody, but then I think it was a little bit more harder on our young people. Would you agree with that? And how did you, if you agree with that, how did you deal with it?
Honestly, I feel like it's just so different for the kids because for a long time we didn't know what was going on and we were out of school for a long time. We couldn't see our friends for a long time. And then when everything kind of got back to normal, it was kind of just like, well, what now? What's next? For me, how I dealt with it was I just made sure I focused on everything I had to do. So if I had to do schoolwork on my laptop, I would do all of that and then I would take a step back when I'm finished, probably take a nap and just cater to myself.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's good. Because the key there is not to give up. It was rough, coming along this past year, but the key was not to give up and to kind of like make sure you do what you need to keep yourself moving. And we did see some horrible things, but God is our strength and our source, and He was able to bring us through all of it. And even those who unfortunately lost loved ones and dealt with getting COVID themselves, it was hard, but we were able to get through it. So do you have any last minute words or anything for us on today? Because I know you guys, I wasn't going to hold her long today because I know she had a long day already.
Yes.
And she has been doing it. I'm telling you, I see her, because I get her alerts, and like I said, she motivates me. And I'm like, wow, how does she? I mean, she just keeps going, just like the Energizer Bunny, and she she keeps going and going. So do you have any last minute words that you want to share with us on today?
For last minute's words, I would just probably stay positive and stay motivated.
Stay positive and stay motivated. And those are very good words to live by and to take heed to, everyone. And again, a lot of times we, as adults, You know, we think we have all the answers, but we can learn from our children as well. So you guys take that in on today. Well, Robin, I appreciate you and I thank you for taking time out on today. And we are definitely going to keep up with you. We're going to keep up with your Instagram page and all the other social media outlets that you have to see what you're doing. And we cannot wait to see what you create with your new position as Kid Creative Director at Lego. So you go ahead and be your best. Be your best and continue on doing what you're doing because you are really inspiring people. Okay?
Thank you for having me.
You are so welcome. You have a great day, okay?
You too.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Guys, that was Miss Robin, aka Lil Bit Saucy, on today. She did a wonderful job, and I truly enjoyed talking to her on today. We got to learn a lot from our children, our young people, our millennials, our Generation Z, as she is, and you know, motivating. They're very motivating. And she gave us some encouraging words on today. So you guys make sure you look out for her because she's going to blow up. You're trying to get your nieces on, oh, sorry. Instagram is the best way to get to her. So let me see. I'm going to see if I can put her actual Instagram name into the comment section so that you guys will see her. I'm going to do the link. And I'm going to put it into the Facebook. And I'm so sorry, I should have done that earlier. But Lil Bit Saucy is who she is on Instagram. So I just put that into the Facebook comments. And I'm going to, let me see if I can pin it. There it is. I just pinned it, guys. So yeah, make sure you guys follow her. Stay positive, stay motivated. She can teach us much. I agree, Beatrice. I agree. Brandy, make sure you get all your nieces. I think you have what, 4 of them? Yeah, they would be really, really inspired by that. And if there's anybody else that you know that would be inspired by this show on today or listening to this young lady, make sure you guys share this. You can direct them, of course, over to her Instagram page and make sure that they follow her and keep up with her. Because I'm telling you, just within a year, if you look on Instagram and see her, her followers, she has so many followers. Let me see here. She has over 3,000 followers on Instagram. And she really, again, just started this, like she said, when she was 11. She's only 12 now. So it's only been really a year, you know, if that may be coming up on a year. And yeah, good interview. And I truly enjoyed her on today. You guys, I'm going to get out of here, but I do want to encourage you to please make sure that you can go to my website for any information, GetcaughtinANetRadio.com, but also I am pushing my new podcast that I have started on last week. It is called Mind Mending in the Net, Mind Mending in the Net, and it is sponsored by GetcaughtinANet. But this podcast is going to allow me to be able to chat with you guys one-on-one, or whoever listens to the podcast one-on-one, about positive mental health. And that's my baby. Positive mental health, that's what I truly focus on. And I think it is so important that we actually pay attention to our mental health, that we do what we need to do to make sure that our mental health is taken care of, because too many times we go through so much in life, and it seems as if things are just going awry, all out of place. We don't know exactly what to do. Pandemic has hit. We were told to stay in, shut down for a while, don't go anywhere, can't see your family. So then you have to think there were so many that were already dealing with mental illness as it is before the pandemic, and the pandemic just added on to it, just pile, pile, pile. If we did a survey of how many people during the pandemic had a rough time mentally, woo, the numbers would be alarming, and the stats you would be out the door, and you would be like, what, really? So many have dealt with mental illness, whether it's depression, schizophrenia, uh, oppression, a whole lot, because they really could not, some people could not grasp what we were dealing with in this world, with the pandemic. And in addition to, you also have to think, I was saying this on one of my podcasts about how when they shut down everything, here, and you couldn't go anywhere, you have to realize that everyone's home was not a safe haven. So you had, unfortunately, domestic abuse was on the rise during COVID, and those who could not get out, of being around someone who wasn't treating them right, they really didn't have anywhere to go. Our children, as I just spoke with Robin or Lil Bit Saucy, they had a hard time dealing with it. So it was really working on everyone's psyche, whether they admitted it or not. You're used to being able to just simply go out to the store or, go and visit your family. And then all of a sudden you couldn't do that. It took a toll. So it was actually last year that the Lord placed it upon my heart to do this podcast, to begin this podcast. And yeah, it took a year for it to happen. But it's here now. You had to get things in place and, make sure that everything was set up, and I had all that I needed, still, and getting things together for it. But it was definitely needed. It was needed. It is needed. I did my research and looking at other podcasts. I didn't really see any other podcasts out there that would do what I'm doing and or cater to you the way I am. I'm going to take my background in psychology, and we're going to put that together, and we're going to see how we can make positive mental health work for each and every one of us, because we need it. We need it. Sometimes we suffer in silence. Sometimes we go through things alone, or so we think we have to go through it alone. But you don't. You have someone to talk to. Even if you just want to come and listen to my podcast and let me be for you, I can be for you. Sometimes it's good to get things off your chest. With this podcast, I will be reading off stats and referencing Psychology Today, referencing NAMI, the National Association of Mental Illness. I will also have guests on, psychologists and those who have their own podcasts and or shows as well, to help us to maneuver to get through this. I've already put up a few shows already. Another one just went up this morning. You should see them at least twice a week on Wednesday and Friday. I'm going up, but make sure, please do me a humongous favor, even while I'm talking, wherever you get your podcast shows, go and look for Mind Mending in the Net. And I'm gonna do something right here while I'm still on here, because I'm just chatting with you guys this afternoon, and we are going to show you the actual podcast, because I want you guys to make sure, I put up the post saying that the podcast was live. And then after that, everyone was, congratulating me and everything. But then I wondered, okay, I wonder how many subscribed. So I want to encourage you guys to subscribe. Let me see if I can share this screen so you can see. You can go to Google, you can go to Apple, you can go Spotify, you can go anywhere that you receive rather your podcast shows. And please make sure you hit the subscribe button. This is it right here. Mind Mending. Do I need to make it bigger? Can you see it? Mind Mending in the Net with Annette Harris. This is the podcast. And so far it's available on 6 different platforms. And yeah, I just want you guys to see this. I just started it, but I do again encourage you guys to make sure that you subscribe, follow me, listen out, and wait for the shows to come out. They'll be coming out every week. All right. So there it is right there. I'm sorry. This is what I should have been showing you. Okay. I upload new episodes weekly. It's on Breaker, it's on Google Podcasts, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, Spotify, Copy RSS, and Apple, and I think I already said Google. Did I say Google already? So yeah, make sure you guys do that for me. I would really, really appreciate it. If you know others that would love to listen to my podcast, please encourage them to also go there as well. So let me see. Oh, thank you so much, Brandy. I appreciate you. I really appreciate you. Brandy is one of a kind. I'm telling you, she helps me out so much tremendously with my promos and actually, sharing and tagging individuals. She's a real good person to have in your camp. She really is. And I appreciate you so much, Brandy. You've helped me tremendously. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Stay tuned for more promos. And again, this podcast as well. So you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week and enjoy. Take care. Beautiful weather out. But you guys also, you know what I always tell you, to make sure you be safe. So let me actually get my my ending jingle, because I have to play that on today. But yeah, this has been great. I enjoyed it on today. It was a shortened session, but we needed it. We needed to, hear from this young lady. We needed to know that all that she's doing is something that we, can encourage others or can help us to get motivated to do what we need to do. All right, guys, I'm gonna play my jingle so we can get out of here.
Get caught in a net with Annette. For your mind, body, and soul. Get caught in a net with Annette. It's your intellectual radio show, here to inspire you and encourage you to be your very best. Get caught in a net with Annette.
All right, guys, you guys make sure you take care. Wash your hands. Y'all still wearing your mask? I am. Wear your mask. Be safe. 6 feet. Come near me, 6 feet. I know y'all probably like, we're okay because we have our vaccine. Still be careful, be cautious. I just saw on one of my friends on Facebook who said that they have COVID again. This is the second time they received COVID. I don't know if they ever got the shot or not, but the point is that we also have to be careful and cautious. Don't just run out here because it's summertime, because you have a vaccine, or what have you, and not being cautious and careful and cognizant of everyone else. All right, I'm just encouraging you guys, because we all want to get through this. We want it to be totally over with, but you can't push and force things, okay? That's all I'm going to say, because I was going to say something else. All right, we're out of here, Marcus. I know, I understand. You had to work, man. I was on at a different time, at a later time today, so I get it. But I thank you for stopping by right now, my little brother. All right, you guys, Have a good one. We will see you next time and take care.